In a guitar trio context, one of the things that the guitarist must master is the art of playing chord punches. Now, chord punches are different than just strumming chords or just playing chords, because in this situation, I'm accentuating all kinds of different parts of the beat and doing all kinds of different rhythms. I may be voice leading, and I'm also putting single lines in, because there isn't another guitar player or a piano player playing with me. I mean, if you think about the Beatles, right? When you think about, Paul's playing bass, John's playing rhythm, George playing lead. In a jazz context, no, we might still have someone playing bass. Sometimes when I play solo guitar, I'm doing all three. I'm John, Paul, and George all at the same time. But let's just say for now, as the guitar trio, we're just having John and George in a Vulcan guitar meld. So I'm going to take both of their parts and combine them, and that's what we do in jazz. So rather than having one person do this and the other person So rather than having two separate guitar players, the real art that you have to master in the guitar trio context is combining the rhythm part with the lead part and making it a holistic guitar part in and of itself. And so to do that, you have to work on the different aspects separately and then begin to combine them together. And that's what we're going to be doing. This is something that's really important. It's an essential building block for any guitarist, really, but particularly in jazz and blues and R&B, you've really got to have your chords down and be able to play tunes in different keys and move around. So let's take it from the beginning. I want to just take it really slowly here. We're going to work with just a 12-bar blues. So let's say we got a blues in B flat. Your first job is just to be able to play 4 to the bar, really simply. And try work on getting a good sound. Notice I'm choking. Notice I'm choking, pulling up on the chords because you don't want it to sound like. Now you want to choke it. Nice staccato hit. Okay, so that's one of your basic grooves. Another important groove that sort of is a little bit more sophisticated than that would be the Charleston rhythm, which is focusing on the hits of 1 and the end of 2. So it's like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2, and you can either play the and long or you can do it short. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And notice I'm doing a muted hit on 2 and 4, so I've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It can be mixed with the 4 to the bar. So work on getting those basic hits down first. Those are really important. Okay, now so now I was accenting almost like a drummer might do. And I was a half step above the chord that I'm going to, or sometimes a half step below. They're just playing all those upbeats, and that's a really cool effect. But again, in my head, what I'm still hearing is the basic with the bass player just walking. So I'm hearing that basic groove in my head, and that enables me to take chances. da 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 da. That's just like a drummer might hit da 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 ba gong. So I'm playing these accents, and that begins to make the chord hits really start to come alive. And if you take that and extrapolate and play it all the way through your blues, you'd get something like this, mixing and matching. So now I want to talk about putting in some single lines with the chord punches. And we'll stay over the blues for a while now. In fact, why don't I just stay over, let's just do the 1 to the 4 chord to make it easy. 1 to the 4 chord to make it easier for you. So this would give me something like this. So there, I was adding a lot of different things. I had some double stops, you know, playing a few notes, playing thirds together. Yeah, so I'm using some double stops. And I went into some phrases, some compound phrases, but it's still, if you notice, I'm still just playing over the 2 chords, and in my head, I'm still hearing the So at any point, I can come back to that basic rhythm because that's sort of running in the back of my head the whole time.